Satsuki edition. Let's get back into it. So that last part was a humongous mistake. I should have never done that. So let's just get. Oh yeah, I'm sorry for like the 24 thing. The like the 48-minute live stream. I forgot that I was still streaming. So back to the video. So basically he'd jump in the air. Well, actually no. Let's just start before the tuning exams. I rushed it. So basically, when Kakashi gives them the forms, they head straight over. Kankuro would grab Konohamaru, going, little pipsqueak, I'm a one, Kankuro's about to punch Konohamaru square in the nose to kill him. This is gonna kill him right now. Kankuro will be calling this kid a squirt. Like, honestly, like, you don't disrespect Konohamaru, gang, calling the boy Konohamaru a squirt. He ain't no squirt. Well, actually, he's slowly walking behind Kankuro. Remember, he's got white skin. I don't really care. It makes sense. Oi. Okay. Oi. Pokemon Suga. Oi. Don't look on the kid. Oi. Pokemon Suga. Oi. See. Oi. Dick. Then he punches him in the face. Kankuro goes. I'll repeat the words. No, hell, punch me in the face, you loser. He says, who in the hell punch me in your face, you loser? Christian appears in front of him going, I did. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Punching in your face. Punch you, yeah. Knock you out right now. Yeah. Tamari, being her simp self, goes, look a little, I think that's what she said, look a little hottie to Sasuke, but Sasuke wasn't there on time. He says, now do you like your puppeteer abilities, or would you like them taken away? He goes, I like them, and plus you couldn't even do it. He says, Baka, come out, I know you're hiding. He says, redhead, if you don't come out, I'm gonna take away your powers. Then Sin comes rushing right at him. He goes, then he just puts his hand out and absorbs all the sand. It says, you want to try it again, buddy? He goes for a sand burial. Christian just body flickers behind him and puts the axe to his throat, going, listen here, buddy, this can break through your crappy sand. Move one more inch and I'll kill you. This is one of the only times Gaara is scared. Then walks by and goes, stick around, Koro-sensei. Then his team heads to the tuning exams area. But then he tricks Gaara and throws the rod. The hook goes right through him. He goes, he goes, what the? Then his power goes out. He says, one-tailed power, huh? Maybe I'll consume it. He goes, no. I'm kidding. He is weak. Then gives it back to Gaara. He says, you're lucky I didn't fully extract the power, or you'd be dead. Then, when they head to the exam hall, Rock Lee challenges Christian to a fight. He goes, bet. Rock Lee attacks him, just flies above, so then he dodges Rock Lee's attack. He goes, "Is that all you got?" Then he flies around the arena. Then he starts going zooming around the arena, going. Rock Lee has to get it, kicks him into a wall, but then he poofs. Then he gets an axe to his throat, and Christian's also holding him. So then he says, "One more move out of you, and I'll make sure I cut your throat." Guy Sensei goes and kicks it out of his hand and says, "Lee, you've lost this match." He goes, "But Guy Sensei." He says, "No, but." Then gets punched in the face. Christian says, "We might want to go." Then they head to exam hall, and then the written exam Christian would easily pass. Naruto would have lots of struggles with it, but eventually pass. Sasuke would just freaking cheat, and Sakura would know it. Next, the Forest of Death. Then he says, when they get into the second exam, he goes, "Almighty Poosh," blasting all the wind in the area around him, revealing tons of knocked out enemies. He goes, "That's our cue," but then a giant wind blast comes and he goes, "Shinra Tensei," and hits it right back. Then another wind blast will come and he absorb it. He has trouble absorbing it though. He goes, then absorbs it and goes, boom! And the wind blast comes 10 times stronger and hits the enemy. He goes, "Ah!" Then he goes, "Muffins in the freezers." He says, "Go get one of the enemy scrolls. I'll take care of him." There you go. Naruto says, "I'm not leaving." He says, "Get out, moron!" They say, "Okay," and run away. Orochimaru rushes at them saying, "No, you don't." He would appear in front going, "Shinra Tensei." Nah, Orochimaru run at them. He goes, "Bansho Tenin," and pulls him towards him by his throat and then slams into the ground. He goes, "Ah!" They grab the scroll and run away. Then he goes, then him and Orochimaru are having a big fight going boom, 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 boom. Christian activates a blue Rinnegan and disappears. Then he hits Orochimaru with a punch going, "Ah!" Then he goes, then he activates his Rinnegan back and puts his hand together, then throws out a black hole. Then he says, "Chibaku Tensei! Chibaku Tensei!" All the ground with Orochimaru gets sucked up to the black hole. Orochimaru goes, "No! No!" and then gets sealed by the Chibaku Tensei. He goes and says, and he creates his strongest attack, Rasen Blast. Then jumps up, crushing through it, and then hitting Orochimaru right in the stomach. He goes, "Ah!" He goes, "Oh!" But then he adds a little bit more rock to it so it sticks again. Then he appears in the middle of it and goes, "Shinra Tensei," blasting it through. He goes, "Oh!" Then hitting Orochimaru goes, he goes, "Weak." He goes, "Give me your body!" and goes to bite him. He goes, "Shinra Tensei," blasting Orochimaru back even further, hitting him in the tree, knocking him out. Then he rushes towards Naruto and Sasuke. From their point of view, they saw a giant black hole explode. Then someone snatches the both scrolls and runs away and flies towards the entrance. They say, "Oh, that's him then, because he can fly." Then he body flickers them and says, "Guys, who took our scroll?" He goes, "What the? Someone, that was our," he says, "We thought that was you." He says, "No, it wasn't me." Out. Then they fly out. Then he flies over and kicks that guy right in the stomach, stealing your scrolls back, and then going to him how old and opening it open. Team 7 finally arrives in with him in there already. Then he says, alright, then Iruka shows up and says, hi guy. He goes, Iruka sensei. He says, oh, universal pull. And pulls Iruka towards him. He then goes, bop. He says, baka. Baka, 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 baka! This is the secret we were going for! Ah! Then they get into the fight. It's Christian versus Gaara. Gaara shoots Artie's hand and then creates his axe and throws and cutting through all his hand, hitting Gaara but doesn't cut him. Then he gets his axe back in his hand and then disperses it. Then he falls asleep a tiny bit. He goes, and then the judge says, the winner is... He says, stop! It was a joke, I'm not actually sleeping. Then he gets trapped in the sand coffin. He says, so now what's your precious teammate gonna do? Sakura smirks and says, more than got that. Then the sand, all they hear is Shinra Tensei, almighty poo. Then the sand flies off of him, and the impact hits Gaara. He goes, ah. Then he says, come on. He shoots sand at him. He goes. Then he creates a mini Chibaku Tensei. And Gaara gets trapped in it. He goes, then some sand would start to leak out of it. Then he'd go for my secret technique, explosive axe throw. The axe comes in, bonks the Gaara in the head, knocking it straight out. He goes, and that's it for this episode.